First of all, happy Sunday. I would be like Sunday fun day, but it don't feel like today is for fun. Low key, it's like it's gonna be plenty of sun, but I don't think it's a day for fun. I think this is a day for reflection, looking at the shadow. Um, hmm. I'm just deciding. Let's see, is this background? Just a second. Okay. Do you know what is calling to you right now? That's the question right now, the biggest question. Do you know what's calling to you right now? Do you know what is asking for your attention? And it's definitely going to be something related to the shadow, okay? This is subconsciously something that you have not been able to face or have not wanted to face, okay? Um I think that you need to definitely journal. That's number one. Um, this reflection feels serious, but like not in a way where, like, listen, it's not nothing to be afraid of. It's just like this is the time to really clarify. Like, what are you gonna stand for? What are you gonna stand up for? What are you going to fight for? What are you going to live for? All right, I have some stuff that I was channeling earlier, and I'm gonna read that directly from my journal because I don't think I do that enough. Actually, I'm gonna start reading from my journal a little bit more because I feel my journal messages are even more potent than my intuitive messages. Like when those intuitive messages come, those are important messages, right? But like when they come through me journaling, I feel like they just end up being even more profound. But it all holds weight, obviously, right? It all holds weight. So, right now, one thing that I was paying attention to yesterday, for instance, the moon was bursting through the trees. It was so bright. This full moon is very is very much so reflecting back to us, okay? We're seeing ourselves right now. It's not about nobody else. It's not about nothing else happening outside you. It's about what's happening within you. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? And this is really specifically about something being illuminated to you, a fear, perhaps, an unwillingness, perhaps. But you feel stuck, and now you're starting to realize, wait a minute, I'm stuck because there was something that's been calling me and I haven't been able to answer. Whether it's because you've been surviving, distracted, or just too afraid to touch on it, too afraid to acknowledge it. Something called to me earlier as I was doing my journaling. It was a fear that I had since I was a little girl, and I didn't even realize that I had that fear until recently. And when I realized the fear, I kind of felt irritated at myself for having that fear, for being ashamed of me. Because that's what it really was. It was a fear of being judged by outside sources. So I had already prejudged myself and then wondered why people was judging me, because I'm already judging me. It was projection. Anyway, what is it right now that's calling to you? That's the question. So let me start with last night, and then I'll go into today. Um, by the way, something significant about I was about to say Janet. I was about to say Michael Jackson, but then Janet Jackson was on my tongue. So, the Jacksons. Okay, somebody could have the last name of Jackson. This could be significant about 5 people. Okay, listen, take it how it applies. I'm just a messenger. Remember that. All right, so walking between worlds, dreams or adventures, time traveling, stepping into portals. You feel the truth, not hear the words, and supernatural abilities. Okay, any of that could resonate with you. If it don't, then it won't. So Sunday, May 31st, 2026, 7:55 a.m. Wait, first let me read Saturday. Saturday, May 30th, 2026, 9:04 p.m. So, first of all, I had this download from my ancestors. They were like, kind of like putting me to shame a little bit because they were like, you be thinking that certain things just be happening by chance or you just were in the right place at the right time, but like you don't realize certain things that we orchestrated on your behalf. And I'm like, whoa, 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 calm down, first of all. Not too much on me, like, goodness. But then I started to think about it and I'm like, wait a minute, you're right. A lot of times I've been quick to discredit what was happening spiritually, what's happening behind the scenes, what was happening in the 5D because I'm afraid that the 3D won't make it make sense. It sounds too crazy. It sounds too out there. It's too otherworldly. People will think it's demonic. What are you afraid of? What makes you afraid? What makes you reflect? Right now, this full moon is asking for you to reflect, and it's specifically you reflecting on your shadow. Right now, your current reality, the circumstances that you're experiencing, they are a reflection of what your shadow is asking you to acknowledge. See, you don't realize that because you've been so busy feeling like the victim, feeling like everything is happening to you, unable to hear the voice that's calling from within, is calling to you. You're not paying attention though, because you're so busy feeling like the victim. Perhaps nothing is happening to you, and until you start to learn how to utilize the circumstances around you, even when they're unfavorable, you're gonna always feel stuck. You're gonna always feel limited. You're gonna always feel like you're not capable, but you are. The next thing that I was writing, because what I started out writing was whatever my ancestors were channeling to me, right, in regards to what I need to know for my own personal journey. But what was channeled collectively, what I wrote collectively, was talking about a stagnancy, a feeling of being in a lot of action, a lot of movement right now, but not seeing the result of that. Something could be significant about reefer, okay? Because I definitely drew those words and I drew them in like wavy, in a wavy font too. It's kind of cool. I'll take a picture of it. But right now you need to recognize that you've been making a partial commitment, not a full commitment to something. And right now you're being called for like your fullness. You can't be putting your energy in too many places anymore. You got to focus it just on this one place right now. And this is why the reality is being reflected to you. That is because it's a necessity in order to put you where you're supposed to be, where you want to be next. This is about higher altitudes. This is about you evolving in a way that you weren't able to evolve before because you were too busy surviving. But I heard as I was writing these messages last night, if you really want it, you need to act like it. Prove it through your actions. What needs to be polished right now? There's something that you've been crafting. The finishing touches are being put on at this time. This is your refinement season, okay? And right now, the thing that could be reflected back to you, the main question could be, What can be revised right now? What needs revision? What do I need to revisit? Okay. All right. Sunday, May 31st, 2026, 7:55 a.m. This is exactly what I wrote. I was afraid. I think the fear was more about the unknown, not knowing what happens after I live this whole life. What now? Do they all just forget everything I ever said and go back to their old ways? I fear their lack of change because I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad I could taste it. I opened my eyes and I saw the future, and it scared me so bad. I had no choice but to rewrite it. Wow. So I wrote a whole bunch more, and this was really um I was channeling different things about what I'm building and figuring out ways that I can get the youth involved and how I can just get community involved and start actually working towards the change that I want to see. And so that's that. But I started getting emotional as I was sitting inside this little play structure, okay, because I was at the park channel and all this. I was sitting inside this play structure and I started getting emotional because I was thinking about, first of all, how much I've held myself back because of fear, but also how much I've been stuck because I've been seeing things with a limited view. But when I started to open myself up to more, I started to realize that there isn't any limitation at all. There is no cap at all. You can literally do, go, be whatever you want. And no, it's not always so easy. Just write it down and everything is that. A lot of times the 3D will challenge you. It will test you to see how prepared you really are to receive what it is that you desire and how you'll be able to maintain it too. Anyway, I was writing all this stuff down about how I can make a difference because lately I've been thinking about, like, I don't think I'm satisfied with everything that I've done yet. I think I could do more and I think I'm still playing small. And so I said, okay, all right, you might be right, self. And so I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna push myself even beyond the feeling that I feel right now, which is I could have done all the things that I do and it makes no difference at all. People still choose to be who they are opposed to elevating. And that breaks my heart, but at the same time, I still have this little piece of optimism that lives within me, no matter how much I get disappointed, that still believes that maybe, just maybe, it will make a difference for somebody. Somebody will change, somebody will elevate, somebody will reinvent themselves. Anyway, I don't know why I've wanted it so bad. Maybe because I recognize all of my shortcomings from this lifetime and previous lifetimes and recognize that I could do more. And maybe I just got lazy in my other lifetimes. It's like, I don't want to do it though. It requires too much effort. And maybe that's why I've had that resiliency and that tenacity embedded in me in this lifetime because it's like my former selves were disgusted with my lack of becoming all that I could have became. Just wasted away. Stayed small, stayed silent. In this lifetime, I'm not allowed to do that because this is my last one. Anyway, if this meant anything to you at all, you can let me know or you don't have to let me know. But if it did mean anything to you, I'll see you when you get to where you're going. I recognize that it's not time for me to depart yet. I still have things that I could do. I still got stuff that has been untapped. And so I'm going to tap in. And I'm not going to walk by fear ever again because there's nothing to really be afraid of. Becoming is such a beautiful thing. So allow yourself to be all that you were meant to. I love you. Bye.